Poor thing, he just pulled it out. Just saying the thing doesn't know what is coming. Hi guys, so the day has finally come. I'm at Pure Triumph in Wellingborough, and that is because I'm collecting my brand new motorcycle, which is going to be WFB 0.2. This bike is going to be the fastest Triumph bobber in the world. We're aiming for 300 horsepower at the rear wheel, and I absolutely cannot wait to get this thing back to the workshop and get started ripping it apart and creating an absolute monster, so you guys can see us bang some fat burnouts and hopefully get some really cool events next year. So watch this space, this thing's going to be sick. Completely standard bike, 0 miles. This poor thing, it just pulled it out. I'm just saying the thing doesn't know what is coming. Me and Evan are literally thinking about what we're going to do. We're going to make a plan as to what we're going to tackle first. Obviously we need this bike rolling to be able to move it in and around the workshop and get it to where it needs to be, but what I'm going to do first is get it up to running temperature, and I'm going to drop all of the oil out of the engine, and that's just going to give us a nice dry sump so we can pull engine covers off, do scanning, do anything we need to do. The bits that are important to us are obviously where we're going to be mounting the supercharger, the air boxes, all of the inlets, all of that good stuff like that. So lots to do, so we're going to get it in the workshop now. Okay, so we've just dropped the engine in the frame a little bit. Go on, that's it, there you go. What we need to do now is just whip this swing arm out. That's going to allow us to disconnect all the electronics under here, the ECU, ABS modulator, the starter solenoid, the fuse box will all come out. We just rip all that out, and then what we'll do is we'll just very loosely bolt everything back together, and that'll just give us our bare frame, bare engine, wheels, just to start literally making everything completely from scratch. And I'm very excited to get started. So I'm going to pour this out now, and hopefully not damage anything. Okay, so as you can see, the bike is completely stripped down and we have just a frame. Me and Evan have been going backwards and forwards as to how we're going to get this supercharger to run super efficiently with an intercooler, with plenums, with big inlets and butterfly valves. And I genuinely think that the best way to do this is cut a big chunk out the frame here. Then I think I can get everything to kind of line up and have a reasonable kind of distance away from the engine here. So I'm going to chop this chunk out of this frame here, like this. I'm going to chop this chunk of frame out here, see where that fits, see if we can get the exhaust to fit, see if we can get everything else to fit. I'm going to chop this up now. Now look how thin this is, there is nothing left. We're going to get this big old thick piece of steel here and weld that in there. So that's 3mm. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add a spine to this as well, get a little bit of strength back in that. Obviously it's nowhere near as strong as it used to be, so we've added another engine mount. Now on the Scrambler 1200 XEs, they have another engine mount in the middle here, so this is what we're going to add. So we're going to add more bracing here and here. Now Evan is in this part here, just whip the swing arm out. We've been talking about making some space. I think the way to do that is with one of these. Shing, straight down the middle. This is not structural, guys. You can literally bend it with your hand. The frame strength comes from the axle and all the bearings and everything like that holds it together, and obviously these monster pieces of metal here as well. Look at all this space we have for activity.
We do aerobics in here. So many activities.
Let's do that.
Yeah, let's get on with it.
Wait, this frame's under warranty.
Not anymore. Yeah.
See ya. Ding. It's like a vending machine. Right, swing arm back in, and look at all this space we've got down here. Very happy with this, and I cannot wait to see how much we can fit in this once we get all the things. So we need to get battery on order, we need to get the ECU on order. Yeah, go from there. Well excited. This frame is all cut out now, and what I've done is I've literally bodged this up here with cable ties, just so I can just sort of put it there and leave it and look at it. Now, obviously this thing is just ridiculously big. The size of that compared to the engine is just absolutely insane. So we're gonna have to do a little bit of clearance, a little bit of cutting here. Obviously I've had to do a bit of cutting on the frame here. That will all get reinforced. These are very, very, very strong frames. But yes, really happy with this so far. Obviously we left with the standard front end in. We'll probably just get that rear wheel back in there just to have things nicely spaced out and have it rolling so we can get this thing off and 3D scanned. I'm very, very happy with how much me and Evan have actually managed to achieve. And what this essentially looks like, because there is plenty of room here for loads of activities, loads of boost, looking at things like methanol, warp methanol injection, as well as ethanol, race fuel, stuff like that. I've got a special sensor over there, which I'll show you guys in the next episode, but very happy with this strip down and very happy with what we have found so far. So we're gonna carry on engineering this right now and then come up with some 3D scans and CAD designs very soon. So we've just pulled all the bikes out of the workshop. So we're gonna do some 3D scanning on this bike in a very standard looking form here. All of these wheels and everything are obviously gonna be going, however, we just need it to be rolling right now because we want to scan this side here. We want to scan all the frame, everything like this as well. So we can also scan the supercharger and then we can make the main case to link it all together. So very excited to get started on this. I'm very excited to see what this CAD is going to turn out looking like, see what we can hide in there too. So I'm going to keep you guys updated as we go over to our supplier and borrow their Faro arm and 3D scanner. Okay guys, so we got the bike up on the ramp here. It's a ramp, it's a workbench, isn't it? So we're going to get all the detail on this down tube and all the detail on this face here. And then we're going to scan the supercharger and then I'll show you what we're going to do with all of this. Alex is going to scan this now, so yeah, it's just a case of banging a trigger. You hear it banging. Can you go back over where you scanned?
Yeah, so it always knows where it is.
The problem is that we have with this is that that shiny little bit in the middle is creating a load of reflection on the laser, so you're essentially getting a load of feedback. So we're kind of not really getting what we want in the middle here. However, we are scanning this well, and this looks okay. You've got to keep that the right distance away, haven't you, as well? There's a red and a green crosshairs there that you've got to keep lined up. Yeah, all sorts of stuff that we got to get in here. But yeah, pretty clever bit of kit. Very, 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 very expensive bit of kit as well. However, this is going to allow us to design the supercharger kit, all the housing and all of the supercharger as well, so we can mount it all in and create this new main case. It's a Friday and Evan's looking like a hobo. He's hood up, his long beard. I've got helmet hair because I've just been test riding. Bike is coming along really well. Try not to put too many shiny components on it right now, purely because we're chopping it, changing it, making it messy. The wheels and everything are going to come out of this very soon. Me and Alex will crack on next week with the CAD that we have done with the scanning yesterday, and then we can start making the main casing for it. I'm waiting for some electrical components to arrive so we can place them all on plates down here. But Evan's been modifying all of this top tube and creating this engine mount this morning. So all of these holes are actually riv nuts that come on the standard frame that we're going to grind the whole top tube. It's going to have no paint on it, and then we'll weld all this in. This is a cool looking engine mount. Evan, you're doing a great job, bro. Keep it up. Okay guys, so we've made so much progress on the WFB so far. So much engineering and work and time has gone into it, and we couldn't have done it without our build sponsors for this whole series and for WFB project. So firstly, I want to give a shout out to K&N Air Filters, who have allowed us to use their products on this build as well. So going to be using one of these, which is what we used on the first WFB. So it's going to allow that supercharger to breathe very well, and I'm also going to be able to take it off, wash it and clean it and bash it back on instead of putting a new air filter on there every time. So we're going to have loads of airflow with the K&N filter. So thank you very much, K&N, for supporting the build. Also going to be bolting this bike together with Pro Bolt fasteners. So it's going to be blacked out titanium fasteners throughout the whole thing. Although we're thinking about maybe going with gold, so let us know in the comments below whether you think we should go with black fasteners or gold fasteners. Both of them are done in titanium, so we have the opportunity here to do something really different as well. So can't wait to start bolting this whole thing together with those Pro Bolt fasteners. So I can't wait to show you guys what we're going to be getting up to in episode 2, because there is more engineering, more scanning, more CAD coming as well, more craziness coming to make this absolutely just stupid project come to life. So keep an eye out for episode 2, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.